Welcome to the first episode of Youth Activism Voices of the Future. This podcast is to explore the impact of young minds in our world. Today, we will be diving into a topic that's as inspiring as it's important: youth activism in science. With me today is an amazing young activist, Selena Awada. Welcome to the show, Selena.
Hello. I hope all is well. Thank you for having me here today. It's such a delightful opportunity to be able to elaborate on youth activism to empower the youth through such a visionary platform.
Thank you, Selena. So, as we all know, that youth activism has been gaining momentum across various fields, from social justice to environmental things. But today we will be focusing on science, أو المعروف العلوم أو العلم. So, what sparked your interest to begin with in science and activism?
Well, ever since I was little, I've been fascinated by how things work. And as I grew older, I started to realize how much impact science has on our lives. Also, I've always loved innovation, so I thought to myself, why not use my curiosity to actually make a difference? And in fact, it wasn't until like the past 3 years that I started diving deeply into science and the research field.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that youth, especially us, the youth of Lebanon, have a lot to give to the world. So, as a part of the Lebanese youth, I decided to take a step forward myself, hoping I'd be able to inspire my fellows.
Yeah, excellent. So, do you feel that curiosity is a common trait among the teenagers? And let's be focusing on Lebanese teens.
Yes, for sure. In fact, في quote ala William Arthur Ward, which I read the other day. It says, curiosity is the wick in the candle of learning. ولما نحكي ساينس بنكون عم نحكي innovation اكتشاف وابتكار وهدول ما حيكون موجودين إذا نحن ما عنا curiosity لأن الفضول العلمي يلي موجود عند الإنسان هو يلي بيدفعه إنه يكتشف ويبتكر ويعمل research و perhaps eventually ينشر research خاص فيه. Hence we're sure اتنيناتهم بيكملوا بعض, and if you lack one التاني حيكون فيها شي ناقص.
Yeah.
So I see it is a common trait.
Yeah.
حتى في study انعملت ب 2021 من قبل researchers at the University of Michigan on 500 high school students, ومن خلالها عملوا tracking the levels of epistemic curiosity يلي هي it is the desire to seek out new knowledge.
Yeah.
ولقوا إنه ال students يلي كانوا more interested in science ويلي كانوا يشاركوا ب extracurricular science activities reported higher levels of curiosity. And to elucidate also, the researchers conducted brain imaging on a subset of the participants, while neuroimaging data showed that the adolescents with heightened scientific curiosity exhibited activation in the brain's reward center when engaging in scientific information. So for sure, it is a common trait.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. That's so interesting. So while I was preparing for this episode, I Googled Greta Thunberg, and it showed that she is indeed a powerful example. Her journey began with a simple school strike, and look now at the movement she's inspired. Speaking of movements, do you think that teens nowadays have the opportunities to engage in scientific activism and projects more than in the past?
Well, if we compare the resources that we have today to those that people had before, we'd notice that those who came before us had limited resources. People often had to use books in order to gain access to certain information,
Yeah.
and they had to rely on their personal experiences and try things for themselves and perhaps fail multiple times in order to know what works and what doesn't. But nowadays, however, everything is just provided to us within the click of a button, which makes scientific knowledge more accessible. It even makes it easier to connect with like minded individuals around
For
the
sure.
world. Even high profile movements such as Fridays for Future and initiatives led by Greta Thunberg, as you have already stated,
Yes.
seems to inspire teens to take part in activism and demonstrate that their voices can actually lead to change. So, teens nowadays definitely do have more opportunities to engage in scientific activism.
Yeah, okay. And not to forget the AI. Do you have any ideas about AI and how to use it?
Yes, for sure. AI is something really is it is a very powerful tool if it is used properly, of course.
Yeah.
And
Actually, it's a resource. It's becoming a
yeah,
resource.
that's true.
But,
And
not to forget the paraphrasing and
for sure,
correctly.
it's helping us with a humongous amount of things
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Artificial intelligence is something that seems to be really interesting to teens nowadays because our generation isn't one that prefers to just memorize information and that's it. They don't prefer to just receive, but to give as well. And that applies for the majority, of course.
Yeah.
And I feel like they strive to know why and how things work and where everything comes from, which makes their contributions in this area quite successful, I must. And actually, I've personally had my very own contribution into that field. I have designed a robot which tracks the students' posture and alerts them when they're sitting in an incorrect way
I
because
can remember.
yeah, because as you know, poor posture can lead to multiple back problems such as hyperlordosis and others. So basically, it's an AI powered camera that, when put in a classroom, takes the students' attendance, tracks their moods, improves their concentration, and boosts their motivation as well as self esteem. And that takes place through playing relaxing music during exams. And most importantly, it fixes their posture.
Excellent. على فكرة this will help you in the university
Yeah.
doing research about this invention. We can call it an invention, right? So, Bisafir, do you think you're supported as students and like in your curiosity, creativity, and so whatever?
Yes. For sure, that is for sure. أكيد السفير إله دور كتير كبير على كل الأصعدة من قبل كل يلي موجودين فيها whether عم نحكي teachers, coordinators وحتى إداريين. السفير بتدعمنا بكل step ناخدها و teachers دايما حدنا if we need any help, and if we have ideas we can always discuss them and they help us bring them to life, they help us إنه نطورهم.
Yes.
They always give us advice و always بيكون في guidance as to where we can apply to competitions بالideas يلي عنا إياهم whether we're talking locally or globally.
Not only science, actually.
Yes, yeah, sure. We're given also the chances not to just attend clubs but the clubs as well, and that's something I really really like.
Yeah.
حتى إذا بدنا نحكي كنظام بالمدرسة, I believe that the creative project is one of the things which allows for youth activism, because doing creative projects requires certain research which introduces the students to things that they may not previously know, which I believe enhances curiosity and innovation. وحتى students at Safir High School are always awarded and recognized when they make any contribution, whether we're talking science or in any other field, which is truly a great way that Safir High School uses to support teenage curiosity and youth activism.
Yeah. Lucky you, actually. Lucky you in Safir School. شو الادفايس اللي بتقدري تعطيها هلا لتين ايجرز اللي من عمرك who are passionate about science specifically?
I would say lean to your curiosity, explore new ideas, and delve deeper into areas that match your interests. I would say also look for chances to apply your scientific knowledge beyond the classroom, such as workshops, clubs, and even participation in science fairs and workshops, because hands on experiences will definitely deepen your learning and fuel your passion.
Thank you so much, Selena, for attending this episode. I'm grateful to have you on this episode, and I'm looking forward to do other episodes with you on different topics. لأنه بحس you're interested in more than one topic.
Okay, for sure. I want to thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I'm sure that the future is bright for those who showcase their creativity.
For you especially, you're a graduate this year. Oh, I'll miss you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye.